About a week or so ago, I put up a poll in my community tab asking you all what a classic album review I should do, and the winner was Heart Work by Carcass. But I checked the poll again, and now I saw that AC/DC, If You Want Blood, You Got It, I now had some more votes. So I'm doing that now, even if it is about a week after its anniversary date. If You Want Blood is AC/DC's first live album. It was released while their original lead singer Bon Scott was still alive. The album first came out in the UK and Europe on October 13th, 1978, and in the US on November 21st, 1978, and in Australia on November 27, 1978. It was later re-released in 1994 and 2003. Let me tell you a story about AC/DC's live album, If You Want Blood. After their studio album Powerage, the band was planning a best of album called 12 of the Best, but they changed their minds and decided to give their fans a taste of their electrifying live performances instead. The album was recorded during their 1978 Powerage tour and included tracks from their previous albums like T.N.T, Dirt Deeds Under Sheep, Let There Be Rock, and Powerage. It was the last album of the Bon Scott era, produced by Harry Vanda and George Young, who had worked on the band's first 5 studio releases. The live recordings were from a show at the Apollo Theatre in Glasgow, that's in Scotland, and known for not just the music but also the band's playful encore, where they appeared in the Scottish football strip, playing homage to their Scottish roots. The album's straightforward approach was a departure from the norm of the time, with live albums often being longer and more stretched out. But this album got right to the point with 10 great tracks showcasing the raw energy and classic rock of AC/DC. However, not all the tracks from the concert made it to the album. Dog Eat Dog was removed, and the encore Fling Thing / Rocker was edited for the release. The cover art depicted a dramatic scene of Angus Young being impaled on stage with his guitar, reflecting the band's intense performance style. Also, check out the back cover. It shows Angus lying on the stage with a guitar impaled in his back. If you saw my thumbnail, I tried to recreate that image, and I did it myself using an app on the phone, but my original intention was to create an AI-generated image, but the problem was when I put in the description of what I wanted, the AI refused to generate the image, and it even got offended and it logged me out of the system. So I had to create the image myself. That's a true story, and that's my thumbnail. The title of the album reportedly came from a response Bon Scott gave to a journalist at Day on the Green festival in July 1978 when asked what to expect from the band. The band continued their successful journey with the song If You Want Blood, You Got It, appearing on their subsequent album, which would be Highway to Hell, that album right there. So AC/DC's If You Want Blood, You've Got It album is pretty special. Got ranked as the second best live album ever by classic rock magazine readers. In a Metal Hammer interview in 1992, Malcolm Young, one of the band members, confessed that he still preferred this old album because it captured their youthful energy and fierceness. According to Greg Prato from AllMusic, while many bands back then were trying to do new things like disco music, AC/DC stuck to their raw and bluesy hard rock style, which you can really hear in this live album. Eduardo Rivera from Ultimate Classic Rock thinks it's super exciting and full of this wild, carefree energy that makes it amazing live recording. Carlo Twist from Blender Magazine praised the album for showing AC/DC at their best, with the crowd going wild for songs like The Jack and Whole Lotta Rosie, making it sound like a super loud and energetic punk rock show. The whole AC/DC concert in Glasgow was recorded, but they never released the complete footage. However, parts of the concert, like segments of Riff Raff and Fling Thing Rocker, were made available on the DVD called AC/DC Family Jewels in 2005. They also used some bits from the concert in the Family Jewels DVD, syncing it with the audio track from the Rock and Roll Damnation studio version clip. Later in 2007, more segments from the concert, including Rock and Roll Damnation, Dog Eat Dog, and Let There Be Rock were included in the DVD Plug Me In. So if you got the 3-disc edition of Plug Me In, you could also enjoy Bad Boy Boogie from that same concert. And here are some fun facts about the original live performance. During the sound check at the Apollo Theater, AC/DC played the song Gimme a Bullet, as noted on the official Apollo Theater website setlist for the show. The B-side to the original Australian single of Jailbreak called Fling Thing is actually a traditional Scottish folk music song known as the Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond. And AC/DC regularly included this tune in their early years as part of their encores during their shows in Australia and Scotland. It resurfaced on their 1991 album, the AC/DC Live 2 CD Collector's Edition from the Glasgow concert on the Razor's Edge World Tour, this time simply titled as Bonnie. The original version was re-released in 1976 on the Backtracks box set. And the encore from the concert, titled Fling Thing Rocker Reprise, can be found on the Family Jewels DVD along with other songs from the same performance. Unfortunately, the entire show has not been available since its original broadcast by a Dutch TV station during that time. Now for my final thoughts. It's a great live album because the songs have a different kind of energy than the studio albums. For example, the live version of The Jack sounds different than the studio version. It's a little longer, and there are a few added guitar solos, and you can feel the build-up in the song. This is also a great album because it captures the band from 1978, back when Bon Scott was still alive. It almost feels that it lets you know the real person behind the mic. And it's also great because you can get to hear the audience, so their energy is contagious. But the audience does not overpower the music, so that's pretty cool. The album also shows that the band can really play the way they sound on the album. They're not relying on studio overdubs. Not that there was much of that in the 70s anyway. It's also a great selection of songs which are all from the Bon Scott era. Me personally, I prefer that era anyway. So that is all. Check out my most recent ranking of AC/DC studio albums. Right there, you can also find many other AC/DC album reviews, as I have reviewed a number of them over the years. And please like this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.